Hello everyone, Gary Model here, and I'm going to be doing a review of LEGO Dimensions. This is the Xbox 360 version, but they're all pretty much the same thing. Okay, so I'm going to do this video right now because it is almost Christmas. It's actually December 4th, and I figure I would do this so if people were thinking of this as a gift idea, it might give them a better idea with what they're planning on. So, first things first, LEGO Dimensions is not a game for someone who is looking to buy something on a budget. The starter pack itself runs about 110 bucks Canadian. Might be a little less in America, might be a little more, I don't know, depending on what the dollar is. Um, Essentially what it is it is kind of like a next gen, I kind of want to say, collector figure game. However, with the way they designed it, it kind of, well, there's a reason why it's kind of expensive. For starters, you actually have to build the gateway, which is kind of the main thing in the game. So it's essentially a Lego kit. Um, the figures are pretty much the same as any Lego minifigure. They just, it's the base is what the game reads. However, the base itself has about 7 slots, so you can fit in about 7 pieces, either figures or vehicles or whatever. Most characters do come with a their own vehicle or gimmick or something, with the exception of 2 of the characters that come in the starter pack. The starter pack comes with Batman, Wildstyle, and Gandalf. So, yeah. Just from that, you can tell it's kind of going to be an interesting game. The premise of the game is essentially a guy with the ability to cross dimensions starts screwing with them, sending every single Lego dimension into chaos. So, while chasing Robin through one of the dimension portals trying to rescue him, he runs into Gandalf, and then after fighting the Balrog, or whatever it was, um, they cross into the Lego Movie dimension and meet Wildstyle, and then they're brought to the portal room. So after a kind of like a brief little tutorial of what you have to do, you build the portal both. You don't have to do it in reality, but basically you do it in the game. And most of the instructions for most of the vehicles and accessories and all that, it's actually in the game. You don't get anything. Basically, when you buy a figure, it just tells you how to build the figure, and then you just pop the figure down, and then depending on what type of figure you have, it'll either automatically prompt you to build it, or in the case of the level packs, you build it in terms of the level stories. So the game actually has several properties, not just the Lego Movie and Lord of the Rings and the DC Comics. You also get Ghostbusters, Scooby-Doo, Portal 2, Back to the Future, The Simpsons, and Doctor Who. My fiance really wanted the game specifically for Doctor Who. Unfortunately, one of the main things that kind of ticks me off is the fact that in order to get 100% completion, you need several characters, a few of which aren't even out yet. In fact, the last ones won't be released until March, middle of March. So it's gonna take a while. And like I said, you need several characters, and with the fun packs running about 15 bucks a pop, and that just gives you a figure and a vehicle. You're spending a fair bit of money on this game. I think we've probably already spent about 300-400 bucks on it already. The problem is that the game is quite addicting, because not only is there the main story and the levels, like the bonus levels that you get with the level packs, there is also the adventure worlds, which are basically little worlds based on every little property that they have in the game, where you get to find gold bricks, do specific events or quests or whatever, and find bricks. So, would I recommend the game? No. No, I would not. It is a fun game, but price alone is kind of a killer. There's also the fact that you need to have the base right beside you at all times, because the game actually requires a lot of character moving, because there are different effects depending on which keystone you need to use. Like there's the elemental keystone, so you can either throw water or fire or electricity or like earth power, depending on what is needed at the time. It's all pre-programmed, but you need to move the figure onto the correct pad to do it. There's also different portals, different sizes, different whole whack of things. Sorry, I'm downloading something on my torrent. And that actually requires you to have the pad right beside you at all times. The vehicles, although customizable, do cost studs to customize, as well as gold bricks. And it is a little bit of a hassle changing them back to whatever you need to. We usually use K9 for a lot of things, because he can not only shoot laser blast to blow up silver bricks, but he can also melt gold bricks if you have him upgraded enough. But you have to switch between the two because he won't do it at the same time. K9, in case you haven't figured it out, is the robot dog from Doctor Who comes in the level pack, as well as the TARDIS. One cool thing about the Doctor Who level pack, though, is that after you beat the level, every time the Doctor dies, he will regenerate as one of the different Doctors, usually in sequence. And I mean pretty much every one of them, including the War Doctor. The one they use is Peter Capaldi, but you can, if you don't want to regenerate and you have all of them unlocked, you can choose the one you want, and the TARDIS will change with the interior of the TARDIS. So, if you have enough money, I'd say go for it. But if not, if you're on a budget, or if you like Lego games but you really don't like them that much, I'd say pass on this game. Because there is a lot of work involved, a lot of building, a lot of moving the actual physical characters around, and once again, a lot of money. So if I were to give this thing a out of 5-star rating, I'd say 2. Fun game, not so fun on the pocketbook. So I hope you enjoyed this review of LEGO Dimensions. I hope you enjoyed it. I plan to do more video game reviews soon. I actually would like to do one for Disney Infinity 3. In my book, much better game. Don't have to spend nearly as much money to get 100%. In fact, all you nearly need is like the playsets, and you have everything you need. As well as other games like Sims 4, maybe a bit later on. So once again, I hope you enjoyed it. This is Gary Model signing off. More videos coming soon.